Hi everyone. Today we'll explain the congruent triangles and the different tests that the imply or that explain for us why these two triangles are congruent or why the given triangles are congruent. Congruent, so we mean identical with all the sides. Each pair of sides are congruent to each other. So we have a corresponding angle and corresponding sides equal. So first of all, we should know that congruent triangles have the same size and shape. Good. And we have a matching between sides and angles. So in the case of congruency, we have a matching sides and angles are equal. Okay, are equal. So we have four tests that we can use to prove that the given triangles are congruent. Okay, and the four sets of minimum conditions used are known as the congruency test, are sets of minimum conditions. Okay, we need this one because we don't need to exceed the conditions. It's sufficient to have this one to obtain it, to obtain or to prove that the triangles are congruent. First of all, if we can guarantee that we have all sides or matching sides are equal, matching sides equal in length are, so normally the two triangles are congruent by SSS, side, side and side, and finally the third side. So the rule of the test is known as side. If we can guarantee that the three sides of this triangle are equal to the three sides in the other triangle, so normally the two triangles are congruent or side, angle, side. So if two sides and the included for this reason we put angle between S and S. So if this side and this side, this side and this side, and the included angle here is equal to the included angle of another triangle, then the two triangles are congruent. So first of all, S angle S, and the angle should be included between the two sides that we are involving in our reason. Okay. If two angles and one side of a triangle are equal to two angles and the matching side of another triangle, what we mean? So we have this angle equal to this and this angle equal to this. That's the side that we are talking about isn't obligatory. For example, found in the same side of these angles. Should be, for example, this angle is adjacent, this side is adjacent to this angle. Good. So normally we should search for the adjacent to the matched angle. So normally this angle is our interest. So normally we found that adjacent to it. So normally we should guarantee that this one equal to this one. Okay, only. So if two angles and one side of a triangle are equal to two angles and the matching side, for this reason, we find the property. We are we stress on the fact that we should find the matching side of another triangle, then the triangles are congruent. So yes, good. SSS at test one, known as the test one of the first congruency test, and side, angle side, where the angle is included between the two sides, and normally this one angle side, and you know this side should be the matching side, the matching sides, okay, between the two triangles, and not obligatory adjacent to these angles. Good. And third, we can't guarantee that with angle, okay, give us a two congruent triangles. They might be, for example, they will be for sure identical in a proportion, in ratio. So they are not identical, but in a ratio. In a ratio, so one of them is the small version of the other, or the one of them is the enlargement of the other. Okay. So the last test is about when we work with right triangles. So in the right triangles, if we get normally, because both are right triangles, so normally we have a 90-degree in 90 degrees. So we are good enough to this level that we have one angle. But we have in any the opposite side of any right triangle, we have the hypotenuse. If we guarantee that both hypotenuse are equal, and one of the other sides is equal, okay, for example, the smallest here equal to the smallest here. So normally, because we have a Pythagorean theorem guarantee for us if two sides are equal in a right triangle, so for sure, the third one is equal. So what this test is known as R for right angle triangle, enough for us to guarantee the hypotenuse and one of the sides are equal. So if we guarantee if the hypotenuse and the second side of right angle triangle are equal to the hypotenuse and the second side of another triangle, so these triangles are equal. Okay. If they ask us to state the congruency test used to show that the following pairs of triangles are congruent, for example, side, angle, side. So normally side, angle, side, and the angle is included, so good, SAS. All sides, three sides, and three sides, SSS. We have a two right angle triangle, one hypotenuse, and the other side. So R, right, hypotenuse, and side. We have a two angles, and the same location for the third sides, for one side matching sides. So normally angle, side. So good. So for the SAS, that's to apply, both the angles must be included by the pairs of equal sides. For the angle, side, that's to apply, the pair of equal sides must be matching. And if two triangles have three pairs of equal angles, then they have the same shape, but not necessarily the same size. Okay, this one is very important because three angles are not sufficient to have a congruent triangles. Okay. Okay, for example, here we have this side equal to this side, and this side equal to this side. We know that based on SAS, the angle should be included between the two equal sides. When we guarantee in this triangle that is included, but in this triangle is not included, should be here. So normally they are not necessarily congruent. Okay, this one we have a three angles. Yes, okay, we have a three angles are equal, but as we mentioned before, that two triangles have three pairs of equal angles, then they have the same shape, but not necessarily the same size, so not necessarily congruent. In this one, for example, we have a 70-degree and 70. We have a 60 and we have a 60. Normally, when we use this angle, because this side is adjacent to these two angles. So if we want to compare it, we want to compare it to the side located in the same area adjacent to the two equal angles. So normally they aren't. They didn't give us the same a side located in the same for example place comparing to the two equal angles, so not necessarily congruent. In the same, we have a side, the angle is included, the angle is not included, so not necessarily congruent. So, and you must, you should, for example, use the same properties, the same congruency test to find out which triangles are congruent and why. You give for yourself the reason illustrated with these diagrams. Okay, so these are the important idea for today. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.